Hello everybody, and welcome back to Junk Shop Library's Improv Bible Study. We are doing, this time, Chapter 8 of Genesis. We're going to launch right into this and see how it goes. And God remembered Noah, and every living thing, and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. The fountains also of the deep, and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. And the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated. And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, on the mountains of Ararat. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the 1st day of the month, there were the tops of the mountains seen. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth. Also he sent forth a dove from him, to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him into the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. And then he put forth his hand, and took her, and pulled her in unto him into the ark. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came into him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the 1st month, the 1st day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth, and Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month, on the 27th day of the month, was the earth dried. And God spake unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, thou, and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee. Bring forth with thee every living thing that is with thee, of all flesh, both of fowl and of cattle, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful, and multiply upon the earth. And Noah went forth, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him, every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth, after their kinds, went forth out of the ark. And Noah builded an altar unto the Lord, and took of every clean beast, and of every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And the Lord smelled a sweet savour. And the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake, for the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite any more everything living as I have done. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. And there we have Genesis, chapter 8. Including maybe the only realistic segments of the entire Noah story, which is that the ark runs aground in the Ararat Mountains, not Mount Ararat. Ararat is a range, not a peak. The thing runs aground, and they're either so high up, or they can't get a good angle from the one window that's in the roof to see whether the water has abated, so they send out a bird. And then, there's the cycle of birds. The raven doesn't come back to begin with for whatever reason, just keeps toing and froing. And finally the dove comes back with an olive leaf. I don't know much about olive trees, so I can't speak to how well they might do after a year submerged in water. And so they just hang out there in the boat for a while, waiting for the ground to dry up. Which, like I said, may be the only part of this that makes any sense. If it's been raining for 40 days and 40 nights, and it takes 3 months for the rain to stop after God shuts off the faucet or whatever. It's going to take a while for the floodwaters to subside. Oh my goodness. And then, of course, once Noah and his wife and his sons' wives with him, in case you didn't get it the first 3 times, or as soon as they get themselves and all of the birds and fowl and cattle and animals and everything that creepeth upon the earth out of the boat and down to the ground, Noah grabs one of each of them and kills it and sets it on fire. Like you do. Save everything from drowning, live with it in a giant wooden shoebox for 1.5 years. I guess they must have been reproducing, because if we remember from chapter 7, while they brought in 7 of every clean thing, they only brought in 2 of the unclean things. So got this vision of Noah scurrying around trying to, catch one locust out of the horde that has sprung up in the grain crops in the basement while he's not paying attention, or feeding the lions quinoa or whatever. Of course, one of the best parts is the very first verse, and God remembered Noah. It just, he left the water running in the bath and his little toy boat adrift there. And after 40 days and 40 nights and some change goes, there was something I was supposed to. It's a very strange character. And then at the end of the story, after Noah sacrifices and sets on fire one of everything, well, one of every clean beast and fowl, not cattle, because cattle are for some reason always enumerated separately from beasts. And the Lord smells it and says, "Ah, never again." Exactly like this. I won't wipe out everything this way again. Well, given the enormous amount of repetition and the long explanations of exactly on which day certain things happened, this little 22-verse chapter, there's not much in it. You're getting tired of hearing me say that already, I know, but we've got some more fun stuff coming up. We'll come back next time with Genesis chapter 9. I hope you're enjoying this. If you are, please make sure you are hitting the little thumbs up button so that I know. And click up here on my happy smiling face to subscribe. Make sure you see all of the new installments of this journey we're taking together. Hope you're having a good 2019 so far, and we will see you back here again soon.